Me and Mehryn here to guide your way. We're selling Microsoft Teams rooms. Come along for the ride. With our friends by our side, we're taking it in stride. Join the team, join the fun. That's the stuff. Takes under the sun. Selling high, selling low. Making Teams rooms the star of the show. Team up and sell. It's time to excel. Selling Microsoft Teams rooms, we're gonna ring the bell. 10 minutes of updates packed with energy. Together we'll conquer, making Teams rooms the big frenzy. Brand new day, got something to say. We're Jim, me and Mehryn here to guide your way.
The greatest song in podcast.
I love your like Vogue moves that you were doing behind the scenes.
I was grooving. I kicked over I don't know if you saw me. I kicked over a glass, and so I was like dancing and using paper
You got all
towels.
the energy. I'm surprised this morning on like 4 hours sleep. Thank you for
4 hours
stepping
of sleep.
in.
The flight got delayed for reasons. Instead of leaving Dallas at 7 o'clock, I left Charlotte at midnight. So good times.
You're a trooper. Thank you for stepping in.
Yeah, hi. Jimmy is like at an event right now, I believe. So you're stuck with me. Fortunately, Mehryn is with us. Hi, Mehryn.
Hello, happy Friday. And we've got, as usual, plenty of things to talk about, right?
Yes, we do. Hey, oh my God! They said it would never happen.
I love your GIF there. I think that's the excitement that encapsulates what everybody's thoughts were when we finally saw the Microsoft Places preview. We've been talking about this for what?
2 years?
Like 2 years, yeah. So it's finally here. We're all excited. If you want to know more, check out that link. There is public preview available. So if you want to get your company trying it out, now is the time. Yeah,
I there's so much new stuff right now. I'm still trying to figure out Copilot, and now we've got Places. And then we've got other stuff like bookable desks. Like, holy crap, can we, I mean, again, and then just wait, build is next week. So what more is coming?
There's a lot coming. So Bookable Desks is now available to set up in the Pro Portal. This is an area that is kind of, we have a lot of partners doing Teams rooms. This is an area that I would love for our partners to take another look at. If they're not doing Bookable Desks, this is certainly an area that people book and want to use when they come into the shared work environment. So this is a how-to article on Microsoft Learn that walks you through how to do that, how to set them up in the Pro Portal.
Yeah, it seems, I've read this article. That's the extent of my knowledge. It seems fairly simple and straightforward. You create an Exchange account, you assign, you just say there's like 10 desks in this pool, then people sign out a pool, not an actual desk. So one thing that I think I've picked up is, these are the 10 open space desks in an area. Pick one and you go. And so part of that, for that to work, is that you have to go into the Pro Management portal, find your BYOD devices, put them into a common space so that when people then connect, magic happens. Read the article, go through the work, and you'll figure out what the magic is. The problem is that a lot of vendors, and I work for Jabra, so I'm not blaming anyone because we do this on a few devices. The electronic serial number that some of our devices show does not match the serial number sticker on the device. So if you just look at the device and you go to Pro Management Portal, you won't see it. You're like, wait a second, I know it's in here. So Microsoft has released a PowerShell script that you install it on a laptop, you connect the devices, it figures out what the things are, creates a report, you can then upload them to solve that problem. I was talking with Christian Schacht at Microsoft. He said in their Vancouver office, I think, they had like 4 people doing like 40 or 50 spaces in a half hour. They had everything collected and uploaded in the Pro Management Portal. So for partners out there that are looking to leverage BYOD rooms for their customers, here's a great tool for you to move along with. This is one our friend Tom Arbuthnot pointed out to us. It's a weird thing that when end users did reports, submitted a report on a Teams Rooms device, it never really went to IT. It went to Microsoft. So now IT or partners or all of us can see the feedback given by end users via the Pro Management Portal. So very good thing. Very good thing. So we'll just move on with that. Just wanted to highlight that. Mehryn, you've been all over this.
Yeah, so for those of you that are using Microsoft Teams Rooms on Android, there have been some stability issues in the past. If you are having any reservations about the stability on Android, I'm here to tell you, do not have those reservations. There's been a lot of work behind the scenes, specifically on Roadmap, where we've kind of paused some things to resolve the sign out issues on Android. Much of that has been resolved. So if you go and look at the known issues list, it is a lot shorter than it has been in the past. Yeah, so if you ever have an issue, we direct you to go there first to resolve them. But happy to say we've resolved a lot of those issues, so you can have confidence that we've got stability on Android, which is a really nice thing to have. And now we're going to be developing a lot more on future roadmap, which is exciting. So you're going to see a lot more coming for Teams Rooms on Android, which is exciting.
More stuff on Android. I'm going to do my little Kermit the Frog happy thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, this slide I put together, it's not to highlight this particular issue. It's just that it's the only issue. And it's really a minor one because you're signed out. You're signing out of your device anyway. So what's the cost of the reboot? Like,
yeah, just refresh.
There we go. Oh, this one. This thing blew up on our little Teams Rooms world, and actually the whole Microsoft. I'm just going to go. If you came across this blog article, if you saw the chatter, ignore it. It does not apply to us. We Teams Rooms people. This doesn't apply to us. Only a very small subsection of the people who who have to sign in to enter into the Azure or Entra portal. Not every end user. Don't worry about service accounts. That's enough said on that. Just if you saw that, ignore. Hey, Michelle, you ready?
Let's
Show us
go.
what you're working with. What's our prompt of the week?
What's going on, and welcome to a new episode of Copilot Prompt of the Week. And what a week it was with all this amazing AI news that came out. And next week we have Microsoft Build, so it's shaping up to be an even bigger week for AI. And I understand that it's difficult to keep up. So let's see how Copilot can help us with this prompt. Please share the latest news from Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Facebook, and Apple from the last 2 weeks, and add any interesting links and write 1 or 2 paragraphs for each. Please sort them by brand, and finally, additionally, add 1 interesting and fun AI news story. And within a couple of seconds, we're up to date on all the latest news that came out from these great companies in the last 2 weeks. That's the Copilot Prompt of the Week. Make sure to like and subscribe for more interesting prompts, and I'm looking forward to see you again next week.
I'm going to do a bonus prompt real quick. I was our airplane parked early because the gate wasn't ready outside the Charlotte airport. I had 4 hours to kill. So on the airplane, I broke out Copilot and said, give me a summary review of the best rated restaurants in the Charlotte airport, and create a table summarizing the top restaurants, the rating. And it did it. It wasn't great because some of the restaurants don't have a lot of reviews because they're airport restaurants. But anyway, that's your bonus prompt of the week.
I actually spent a lot of time with Prompt of the Week this week. I went and looked at all of those videos, Michelle, and I created a library of all your prompts. So if you haven't had a chance to check those out, they are on the Selling Microsoft Teams Rooms YouTube channel. So go ahead and do that.
Yep, and excitement. So on my flight, I was in Las Vegas for an event. On my flight, I booked my flight to Seattle. So I will be at the Partner Technical Bootcamp. Mehryn, you know more about what's going on this than I do, other than I'm just showing up and I'm just going to figure out what's happening. What's happening at this?
Amazing. Yeah, so this is the first time ever, again, that we're doing in-person and virtual component. There are very few spots left for in-person. I think we're at the less than 10 slots.
Whoa.
Slots left. But the virtual component is available, and we are working on obviously badging associated with this event. So make sure that you sign up if you haven't already. We have multiple thousands of people sign up for virtual, and we are super excited. The content is going to be fantastic. We've got a great lineup of presenters, and we'll in future weeks share the agenda there. So make sure you check it out.
All right, and Build, Michelle in his prompt of the week, I mentioned that Build is coming up next week. So I know Build is a little more technical programmery, but I literally just signed up, and it's asked the sections you're interested in. One of them was Copilot. I'm like, I am interested in Copilot. Are you interested in Windows? I'm interested in Windows. So it's a little more than just break out the compiler and start writing lines of code, I think.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a very big announcement around Copilot, and Satya is part of the keynote. So that is a do not miss on May 21st. Make sure you check out the keynote for that reason alone is reason enough to sign up and make sure you tune and check out.
Commsverse, so on my flight, so I'm flying to Seattle for the bootcamp, and on that Friday, flying to London to be at Commsverse. So I booked that flight as well on my flight. So
busy June. We're going to keep you you're at Infocomm, you're at Bootcamp, and then you're at Commsverse. Awesome.
Yeah, end of June, end of July is going to be busy. So if you're in Europe, go to Commsverse. This one is something, Mehryn, I think you know more about than I do. I signed up for it, and I'm just going to learn.
Yeah, I think those of us that are like, cool, now that Places is out, I want to know more. This is your opportunity to go ahead and do so. June 3rd and June 4th, this is a partner-facing webinar. Happy to have you sign up. It'll explain what partners can do to enable Microsoft Places. So
yeah, but maybe because I won't have time to play with this stuff in the next 2 weeks probably. So I'm going to be happy to be there and just learn like what is this all about. Logitech has they kind of hit the LinkedIn my LinkedIn feed pretty well. Yeah. So good for them. Product release event, always exciting when Logitech has things to announce and maybe release. I don't know about dates unless they're going to be like, hey, being released today or coming in 6 months or 3 months. Regardless, this is always a good use of time to watch a Logitech announcement.
Yeah, and that's early next week, May 21st. So make sure you tune in. Gosh, lots of announcements. Very exciting.
Teams Users Group. I'm the local chapter organizer here in Tampa Bay. Tracy Herr from Microsoft. She is also here in Tampa Bay running that. So we submitted our date for June 4th, but I just scanned really fast the website yesterday. Irvine, California. There's a new one in Greenville, South Carolina. So check teamsug.com if you're in the United States to see if there's a users group near you. We're talking contact centers this time. And coming up in 4 minutes, go to youtube.com, Teams with Tech Talk, or find me on LinkedIn. Martin and I are going to talk about something. We haven't even talked about what our topic is, but I do know a little more about that PowerShell script, so maybe we can talk about that. And I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it. Show notes. Thanks to Tom Arbuthnot for always putting it on smtr.show, so all of the links and other goodness are there. Anything else you got to say from sunny Buffalo, New York, Mehryn?
No, have a great week. I think next week we're going to have stand-ins for both Jimmy and I. So I'm hopeful that you can hold it down next week, but there's probably going to be a lot to recoup with all the announcements coming around Build and everything else. So have a great weekend. Appreciate you standing in, and happy Friday, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Everyone.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Oh, you make it all worthwhile. You make me feel alive. I appreciate your support, it means the world to me. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We gotta turn it up.